Welcome to Wisden India's coverage of the Lord's Test. Second day, very finely balanced at the end. No pun intended. Gary balanced with a brilliant 100 that really steadied the ship for England. After Bhuvneshwar Kumar had taken some early wickets to put the pressure on England after India made 295. Joining me to discuss the day's play is Isha Guha. Isha, what did you make of that final session, especially when England really seemed to be wresting control but then lost those 2 wickets?
Yeah, that's right, and you know, England really in a good position with Gary Ballance at the crease, scored 100, formed a really nice partnership with Moeen Ali, who looked composed and calm as he has done throughout the summer, and then to lose both of them in quick succession, you would say. Gary Ballance obviously 20 minutes before the end of the day, he would have been absolutely disappointed with that, because you know, all he needed to do was just see it out and then come back fresh tomorrow and really build on the platform that he'd set. So yes, that just allowed India to come back into the game. Bhuvneshwar Kumar had been outstanding throughout the day, getting that ball pitched up and allowing the ball to move, and it was almost fitting that he got Gary Ballance out in the end.
We spoke yesterday about the lengths that you needed to bowl to succeed on this pitch. Bhuvneshwar apart, what did you make of the other pace bowlers?
I actually thought that they bowled really well as a unit, certainly at the start of the day. Shami bowled a little bit back of a length, but was still causing problems. Dishant Sharma as well, once he got his length a bit fuller, caused problems for the England batsmen. And I think that was what was really good about the way they started the day. And certainly someone like Gary Ballance, he's probably one of the ones that got away, didn't maybe target outside off full enough to him early on. But then that's a feature of his play as well. He's learned as a number 3 that he shouldn't go after the ball early on, especially on a pitch that they were playing on today. And then he was able to climb into deliveries as he built his innings, and I think it was one of his finest innings. Obviously, he scored 200s now for England, and he's only played in 3 tests, 4 tests in fact. So yeah, he's certainly developing as England's number 3 and performing as he should do.
Coming to that batting lineup, repeatedly this summer, it's been the younger players that have stood out, the inexperienced players like Ballance, Joe Root, Ali himself. How much of a concern is the form of Alistair Cook and Ian Bell for that matter, because neither has been making runs this season?
Yeah, it is a concern, and we're under no illusions that Alistair Cook is under a tremendous amount of pressure, not just as a batsman but as a captain. And you know, I actually thought he looked pretty good at the start of play today. He looked quite balanced, obviously fell over. Well, he was starting to fall over and show his leg stump in the last game, and I think that was rectified today. He looks really good. And certainly after England picked up that quick wicket this morning, he didn't really have much to think about. If India had gone on and formed a partnership, then yes, he might have been a bit frustrated and lost his wicket early, but I think he started off pretty well, and then to hang... He got out to a ball that he didn't need to play, and certainly when you look at his last sort of 7 or 8 innings, he hasn't been able to go on to 50, which is a real worry for one of England's openers, and you're going to have to start questioning it. Ian Bell, okay, he was outstanding last year in the Ashes against Australia. His form has been slightly questionable. He did get a delivery that just sort of bounced a little bit more than usual, and I think he was surprised by that. So I think that was a little bit unlucky from his point of view. Alistair Cook, though, just, yeah, shouldn't have been out.
It does make you wonder how much of a role luck plays, though, doesn't it? Because Ballance should have been out when he was 36. Thick outside edge goes between keeper and slip. Neither goes for it. Cook, the edge carries straight to the keeper.
Well, this is the game, isn't it? And, you know, Sam Robson also had one early on. Okay, I think he went on another 8 runs before he got out. But I think in situations like this, you really do have to make your own luck. And he will admit, it was a ball that he shouldn't have played at. It wasn't as if it swung that much either. It wasn't as if it was enticing him into the drive. I'm not sure what it was. It was maybe just a lack of concentration, but it was very early on in his innings. So all credit to India for getting it into the right areas. But Alistair Cook, he's scored 2,500 in his career. So you would expect someone of his experience to be able to handle the pressure, but obviously it is getting to him, and hopefully he comes out of it. But really now it's a question of how does he come out of it, because he's done it before. He was in a bad run of form before he went to Australia in 2011, scored 700 runs in 7 innings, and going to India and playing in India, he was the one who really turned it around for England, scoring a couple of hundreds and showing England that it is possible to win out there. I think, you know, we have to remember what he has done in the past and what he is capable of, but he's just not doing it at the moment, and only he will know how he can get out of it, whether it is just taking a break or going back to county cricket for a while. Certainly at the moment the priority is just winning this test match, but afterwards I think he's going to have to think about how he's going to get back to form.
2 baking hot days so far, relatively new ball for India in the morning, still a bit of life in the pitch. Where do you see this game going on the 3rd day?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, to see how much the pitch has changed in the last 2 days. Yesterday we saw that it was completely green, looked like the outfield. As the day wore on, it was very hot. Moisture was taken out of the pitch, looked a bit dry by the end of the day. They took a bit off the wicket this morning, as they should do. It's, you know, it's within ICC regulations to do that on the 2nd day and the 3rd day and the 4th day and the 5th day. Another heavy roller and more sun, and it's just looking a lot better by the end of the day. Starting to turn and bounce a little bit more, bringing the spinners into play. I think it's a decent wicket to bat on, but there's definitely something in it for the bowlers. And tomorrow is going to be an interesting day of play. I certainly feel that England will be wanting a lead here, just because I think the pitch will deteriorate over time, and it might be quite hard to bat on day 5.
You'd want a lead of at least 70 runs, wouldn't you think, on this game?
Yeah, I'd say so, 50, 70 minimum. And just give the England bowlers an opportunity to really come in and attack the stumps against India. India will feel really pleased with the end of the day. They've really come back into this match, and it really is evenly poised now.
Thanks a lot for joining us, Isha, and you'll hear more from us after the 3rd day's play tomorrow. Thank you.